After 3 years overseas, 3 years of sandstorms, night convoys, and the constant ringing silence that follows explosions, you build a picture in your mind of what home will feel like. For me, that picture was Silvercrest Lake, the one place that never changed, where the pines swayed the same way they did when I was a kid, and the old cabin my grandfather built still carried the warmth of the man who raised me. That's what I thought I was driving toward. Instead, I rolled up to a brand new, fake luxury stone gate blocking my family's driveway. An electronic keypad blinked red like an accusation. A speaker crackled to life with a cold, robotic voice demanding a resident access code. As if the land my grandfather bought in 1988 and left to me in his will somehow belong to somebody else now. Cameras rotated toward my truck, tracking my every move like I was breaking into a bank vault instead of coming home. For a moment, I wondered if deployment had scrambled my memory. Had I turned onto the wrong road? Had the county rerouted something? But no, beyond that flashy stone entrance, I could still see the roofline of the cabin tucked between the pines. Only now the windows were lit with the reflection of surveillance lenses. And on the trees, hammered right into the bark where my dad built my childhood treehouse, were bright orange "No Trespassing" Holbrook Shores HOA signs. Holbrook Shores, a place that never existed until I was gone. My name's Cole Harrington, 34, Army combat engineer. While I was putting roads together overseas and praying we wouldn't hit anything hidden beneath the dirt, someone here decided they owned everything my grandfather spent his life building. That someone appeared seconds later. A golf cart came flying down the hill, tires skidding across gravel, driven by a woman dressed like a wealthy suburban influencer heading to brunch. Monica Holbrook. Designer sunglasses, overpriced visor, expensive workout clothes that probably never saw a drop of sweat. She slammed to a stop beside my truck and yelled, with the confidence only a liar has, "Private property. You're trespassing on Holbrook Shores community land." I didn't shout back. I didn't need to. I rolled down my window slow, let the tension hang in the pine-scented air, then held up the deed with my grandfather's signature, a document older than Monica's entire HOA fantasy. One look at it, and her face cracked. The fake smile dissolved. Her lips trembled. She knew. She absolutely knew she'd just been caught by the one person she prayed would never return. While I served overseas, Monica, freshly divorced out of Northfield Heights and armed with alimony checks and bitterness, had reinvented herself as some sort of lakeside dictator. She bought the biggest, ugliest fortress-looking house on the ridge, a concrete block pretending to be a luxury estate, and decided the rest of us were peasants she needed to civilize. She started small, voluntary maintenance fees for a non-existent road association, daily patrols in her SUV, clipboard in lap, deciding which homes met her new standards. Then, the real scheme. She marched into the Ridgeview County Clerk's office, filed a fraudulent community development plan, and convinced a tired county clerk to reclassify my family's old cabin lane as the private entrance to her made-up subdivision. No notice, no vote, no legality. Suddenly, my driveway, the same one my grandfather carved with a borrowed tractor, became Holbrook Shores Boulevard. While I was gone, Monica installed the gate, built fake pillars, and pointed cameras straight into my windows. She told neighbors I'd been killed overseas, told others my land was abandoned, gave tours to potential buyers, and explained how she could subdivide her future lots. When I unlocked the cabin with the spare key she hadn't yet found, the sight nearly buckled me. My family photos thrown into the tool shed, locks replaced, motion lights wired everywhere. It didn't feel like home. It felt like a crime scene. The final spark hit 3 days later when I opened a thick envelope labeled Silvercrest Landing HOA, another name she invented. It demanded $3,600 in back assessments, $500 for emergency gate fees, and monthly penalties for violating rules I'd never seen. Most people would panic. But the Army teaches you one thing very well. You don't react first. You gather intelligence. Down in the courthouse basement, surrounded by dusty ledgers, microfilm machines, and the faint smell of old paper, I cracked Monica's illusion wide open. Her HOA didn't exist. Her road association wasn't registered. Her business license? Never filed. And every fee she collected from my neighbors? Deposited straight into her personal account at North Bank Credit Union. The cherry on top was her divorce file. Her alimony agreement required her home's appraised value to stay above $400,000. Last appraisal, $398,000. Next one due in 3 months. And lake access, even fake lake access, boosted value by up to 30% in our county. She wasn't just power hungry. She was financially drowning. And my shoreline was the life preserver. Neighbors confirmed everything. Mike Patterson had lost nearly half his weekend business because fishermen refused to deal with her extortion. Sarah and Tom Lane, attorneys from the city, had quietly begun investigating her fake HOA before Monica threatened to sue them for undermining community harmony. And Gladys Miller, sweet 70-something widow, had nearly signed a bogus power of attorney Monica shoved at her, claiming she was protecting a fallen soldier's estate so it didn't fall into outsiders' hands. That was the moment something inside me hardened. This wasn't just about me. It was about everyone she hurt. I'd fought real enemies overseas. I could damn well fight one in my hometown. I treated the situation like an operation. First step, reconnaissance. I set trail cameras in the trees, same type we'd use outside the wire overseas. And within 48 hours, I caught Monica's landscapers dumping yard debris on my bank. Caught Monica charging $20 day use fees to fishermen at a folding table labeled Silvercrest Conservation Fund, which was just code for cash directly into her purse. Next step, allies. Sarah and Tom Lane opened their home and legal expertise. Mike Patterson rallied local fishermen. Commissioner Diane Keller, facing public backlash over blocked lake access, suddenly took interest. But Monica could smell resistance. And she escalated. Floodlights blasted my cabin at night. Cameras multiplied like parasites. Survey stakes disappeared every morning. Then came a false lien from her shell company Hallbrook Property Services, LLC. Then a call from the state environmental agency. An anonymous report claimed my grandfather's septic system was an immediate hazard. And then, the lowest blow, she contacted my old military base, claiming I was unstable, violent, suffering from combat psychosis, and threatening families. But her plan backfired. Captain Luis Ortega from JAG, reviewing my record, commendations, spotless service, flagged her report as fraudulent. He opened a case against her, not me. While she tried to smear me online through Facebook groups like Friends of Hallbrook Shores, I sat at the Lane's dining table assembling a counterstrike. Quiet title action to legally obliterate her false claims. Injunction to prevent her from touching my land. Defamation suit for her mental health lies. State revenue complaint for her illegal property management business. Meanwhile, the environmental inspector arrived, took one look at my grandfather's system, and declared it better than modern code. Then flagged her complaint as malicious. Media pressure exploded. The Ridgeview Harbor Gazette ran a front-page story. Channel 9 North News arrived expecting to cover a dangerous veteran case, but quickly discovered Monica was the real story. Still, Monica spiraled. She made a website, Citizens for Safe Lakeside Communities, plastered my face, fabricated statements, claimed I was storing weapons. She tried to refinance her home using fake HOA assets. And in one desperate attempt, she came to my porch with a $50,000 cashier's check, begging me to sell quickly and quietly. Her perfume couldn't hide the fear. I handed the check back. She walked away with shaking fists. The next battle would be public. The Ridgeview County Commission meeting felt like the town was collectively holding its breath. Every seat packed. Cameras everywhere. Neighbors whispering. A state revenue investigator in the back row with a laptop and a look that said he already knew how this would end. Monica strutted in 20 minutes late, dressed in a Navy power suit, pearls shining under fluorescent lights, her bargain store attorney sweating behind her. She launched into theatrics immediately. Tears, trembling voice, shaking hands, claiming she'd been terrorized by a dangerous veteran. She waved edited photos of me approaching my own gate as if they were evidence of aggression. For a moment, some people looked uncomfortable. Then the county attorney Michael Jeffers stood, and everything cracked open. "Before we continue," he said, voice calm but heavy, "the county has completed a criminal investigation." He listed the charges: illegal HOA, fraudulent fees, illegal road reclassification, attempted bribery, filing false liens, false police and mental health reports, unlicensed business operation, tax evasion. Monica's knees buckled. Her attorney whispered furiously. The room went silent. Then I stepped forward. I laid out the deed, survey maps, photos of illegal fees, trail cam footage, tax records, the divorce documents proving her motive, statements from neighbors, screenshots of her defamation. Then Gladys Miller, voice shaking but determined, told the room about the power of attorney scam. Mike explained the damage to his business. The Lanes explained the legal violations. The state revenue investigator casually announced tens of thousands in penalties Monica owed. Her attorney withdrew from representation on the spot. Days later, the county tore down her gate. Trucks hauled away the stone pillars. The dirt road, the real, honest road, returned. Monica pled guilty to fraud and filing a false lien. Her house entered foreclosure. Her alimony ended. She left town quietly. No cameras, no friends, no kingdom. Silvercrest healed. We formed a real volunteer road cooperative. Businesses recovered. Neighbors returned to normal. And on weekends, we rebuilt my grandfather's cabin together. Out of everything Monica destroyed, something bigger rose. Project Welcome Home Deeds. The organization Sarah and I started to help deployed service members protect their property from scammers. It's already saved dozens of families. Last fall, I married Sarah Lane on the rebuilt porch. Neighbors gathered. The lake shimmered. And for the first time since I came home, peace felt real. Every night now, as I sit on that porch listening to the soft crunch of gravel under neighbors' tires, I think about how close one person came to rewriting my family's history. And I ask myself, when someone hides greed behind the mask of community rules, where do we draw the line between being patient and fighting back?